Okay, I was briefly talking about my dating experiences as a priest. So what's it like for a male witches and female witches when you're dating, for instance? Like, does someone goes, "Oh, by the way, I'm a witch." Like, how did people treat you? Like, it's like you're a witch. Well, like, what the hell does that mean? Like, oh, I'm sure you don't have the same taboos as I do because most priests are celibate when you think of a priest, and in reality my own personal life, I'll explain what happened to me. When I was ordained a deacon, I took a vow of celibacy, and I met a woman, and I fell in love with her, and I broke my vow, and I got a dispensation from my church, which allowed it, and I was allowed to marry her, which is why I had my daughter. When the marriage didn't work out, and I'm not going to blame either side here. This is none of anybody's business but ours. And but anyways, I was married. Now I'm divorced. My church would allow me to remarry, but it really had to be a serious thing. Most priests um, need to leave the priesthood if they're remarrying. It's something I might have to consider. I haven't really thought about it at my age. It doesn't really matter now. I'm not that active in priesthood in parish work these days. I'm not a very good missionary. I'm more of a one-on-one person. So my denomination isn't growing very much because I'm a lousy missionary. But anyways, so I was talking about dating and stuff from my experiences, and I don't know what it's like for you as a witch, a male or a female, and you're dating and you go, oh, by the way, what do you do? Well, you probably have a job, but some witches are maybe that's what they do as a livelihood, and I like to hear your stories that way too about dating and the other person finding out that you're a witch and what their responses are. I could tell you what the responses are when people found out when I would tell a girl first off that I was a priest. She instantly didn't want to have anything to do with me because she was respected that, which is thinking I was a celibate Catholic priest and didn't want me to break my vows, which I could understand. And the other kind of woman that wanted to help me break my vows. Well, I'm not the kind of person, as much as I wanted to when I was a young man, to break those my vows. Was not the type of man that I wanted to go out and destroy my office by and disrespecting myself because my calling was so important to me. But I know, I guess witches don't really take vows of celibacy, but I'd be interested if they do, maybe for a short time or not. And for me, as a priest, I'll tell you one personal story after my marriage. I was involved with a woman, and I don't mind this being public now, and I don't care if they publish it in the paper because I'm not in a parish, so it won't be really a big deal anymore. But this woman I was involved with, you know, I will admit, sleeping with, and we weren't married, so obviously that was a problem. That was a sin, definitely by my church's standards, and definitely by the Christian standards. But as a man, I was like, look, I'm tired of being alone, right? I mean, come on, I'm human, and I'm celibate, but I don't have a church that's supporting me completely and in all my other needs. So if I can't have the others, if I can't have the church I'm serving, then I at least would like to have the other half. I believe a lot of us, that our partner, and so I was involved with this person, and she eventually says, "Well, on Sunday we need to go talk to my pastor." I says, "What?" It was a woman pastor, which is very hard for me because my denomination doesn't ordain women, and I had a kind of a mindset in my mind about women clergy, which is I know wrong of me, but as a priest, it's just sort of built in, right? It's kind of the way we're taught. We don't really respect women clergy. We, give them nods and stuff like that. But I respect women now in the ministry, so you know. But at the time, it was like a woman pastor. Great, wonderful. I had to go to her church. So here I am in this office with this woman, that I said, hey, I thought we were adults. Why do we have to be talking to this person, right? At least in the Orthodox, my church, I could go to my confession, right, and we can deal with the matter privately as it should be, right? Not, And I remember, um, this is a long time ago now, a long time ago, so so I could talk about it. Um, I remember the pastor saying, I remember saying to the pastor, "Do we have a problem?" And she's looking at me, "What do you mean?" See, she was looking at it her religious, spiritual way, and I was looking at it, is this going to be a public affair? Is what I was looking at it as a priest. So I turned that around and I went and said, so do we have a problem? Is this going to be public knowledge tomorrow? And she goes, oh, no, 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 no. But it needs to stop. And then I'm like, how did I get into this situation, right? So I only mention this story because that's what I have to deal with when I'm dating. If I meet somebody and I want to be involved with them, it's very hard. Because as a Christian, we're supposed to not, be, to sleep with somebody until we're married, right? But it's very hard in this world to do that. And I freely admit that's a hard thing to do for us. And it's the thing I would want to do. I only want to be with the one woman. And for you out there, if it's the one guy or the one woman, whatever sex, is your what you were born, because I don't believe people are become gay. I think they're born gay or they're born straight. I mean, I didn't wake up when I was like, I wasn't, I remember when I first was interested in women, it wasn't like, oh, something in my environment made me to like women. I just liked women. So I really understand um, the dilemma gay people have to go through when they're like, when they hear from Christians like, oh, something made you like that. You're out of your mind, okay? Nobody chooses to be gay. Well, at least 25 years ago. And the ridicule and the crap that they have to go through, and they can't even in Canada. They can get we have same-sex marriages now, but in other places, in the United States and in the world, you can. It's still not acceptable. So nobody chooses to be gay. Okay, just get that out of the way. But as a witch, do are you like, do witches marry other witches, or do they? I really would like to know these things. As a priest, I'm not even supposed to be married by my tradition. You're married once. But since I belong to a church that broke away from the Roman Catholic Church, we've broken, obviously we've changed some rules that we've gotten away with I shouldn't say gotten away with. We've changed the rules to be more human. And unfortunately, I still don't belong to a church that ordains women, and I still don't belong to a church that does same-sex marriages. But I'm looking at that. If it's something I could do, obviously you could see from the kind of person I am. I'm a pastoral person. I like to look at that in it that way, not the theological way. I'm a lover of people, so I want to help them. So if a gay couple came to me, male or female, I'd probably want to do the service for them, but I'm obligated by my church not to do those things, especially as Vicarapostolic, which my church is so small in Canada now. There's like almost non-existent, which is why I can probably get away with talking on YouTube to other religions and stuff without a big dilemma. There's not much to resign from. Nobody actually pays my wages anymore. I get money from a disability, so I'm pretty financially secure. So I don't have to worry about the church punishing me. But like you who are witches, a priest is who I am. I may not be doing parish work anymore, but I'm a priest. You're a witch, right? It's what you are, right? It's not just it's not a job. It's who you are. So let's talk more about these kind of things, and I'd really like to know about that kind of stuff. It's interesting that it's just so interesting to meet you people. It's really, I've really enjoyed it. All of you are such wonderful people that I'm talking to, mostly people I've added in the Wiccan, in the pagan community who are witches. I've added you because you're special people. I enjoy what you have to say. So I'd like to hear your stories about what your partners think about you being witches too. And we'll leave it at that. And let's begin the journey of a priest talking to witches and witches talking to the priest. Okay? Okay, God bless. And blessed be.